World Touring Car Championship, race 2 from the Hungaroring, third round of the series, and the green flag man is there, and Matt Neal, who's going to get the whole shot?
I'm just watching the grid from where we are. The revs are up. Wait for the light. Guerreri makes a poor start. Very even between the two Citroens, but Bernani gets the power down better. And now the Volvo's got to run on Huffy. Huffy's down to third by the looks.
Katzberg has lost, pushed Huff out, and also the second one there of 61 of...
Huffy's trying to muscle it out all the way around the outside, but he could get shuffled out round here.
Yeah, he's dropped to fourth place. The two Volvos now in second and third, side by side, blocking the track, so Huffy can do nothing about that.
Now can he drop it on the back? Oh, the Volvos are getting into each other. Is that giving Huff an opportunity? Yes, Huff is through. Can you believe it?
Broken front suspension by the look of it there on the, which car was it? Was it 63? Let's see in just a moment. The flags are out though for the man starting from the third row of the grid.
No, I think that was Katzberg going down the inside, so it was Katzberg getting into Ted Bjorg. Well, no, into Girolami.
Girolami going up, yeah.
Oh, he's not going to go down well.
Tom Chilton already well up in the mix there. Look at that in the Citroen. He is just ahead of Norbert. So he's taken the place off Norby already.
The one who's made good progress is Tiago Monteiro.
Yeah, but Rob Huff, his start was good, but it wasn't quite good enough. The Volvos seemed to have the launch.
His reaction time was fast, and he made the initial getaway well. Chilton going defensive on initial hits. This, Huff got away well.
Safety car.
Oh, right. That's going to be for the Volvo.
Yep.
Yeah, then Bernani just got the power down, and he went, as did Katzberg.
Girolami then walking away from it. He thought he'd going to have a really, really good chance this afternoon.
What a stupid guy. What a stupid guy. Really stupid guy.
What happened, Nestor? I didn't see.
He crashed me.
That's a very unhappy Argentinian there. The man.
It's not going to be a good internal thing at Volvo there. They have had a horrible weekend so far, haven't they? But if they'd have just held themselves together, we got a bit of a slam of the door. So.
So anyway, Rob Huff then has not suffered as badly as he might have done as the Volvos decided to take each other out. It's Bernani from Huff. They're in identical cars. Both Citroens, both carrying the same 60 kilos. They're ahead of Katzberg, Chilton, Mihilich and Monteiro. That's our top six at the moment.
It's a bit of it was a gimme for Huff because he was being shuffled down. If those Volvos had just gone through two side by side, they'd blocked Huff out. All they've got to do is sort it out themselves.
Yep.
And
well, they couldn't help that. They had to fall over each other. So.
Crikey.
So Huffy must be laughing to himself.
Well, for the manufacturers, I would. There's some serious faces in the Honda pit. I would have thought they'd be looking quite. Maybe they're quietly smiling underneath the serious faces.
Now, we've already seen the race has been extended to a further lap, 16 laps. We saw what happened earlier today in a race when 2 extra laps are put on. We had someone.
Yeah, we see Huff. You see his reaction time's good.
Yeah.
Then Bernani just maybe, as he puts a bit of lock on, he loses traction.
Yeah.
And then he loses it to not 1 but 2 as Katzberg gets through as well.
Huff tries to squeeze that Volvo in towards the pit wall.
Yeah.
Look at
See,
this.
he's away well, and then he tries to squeeze Bernani. It was too late. He's gone.
Yep. Then it's the Volvo he's trying to squeeze, and suddenly he's lost it. The other Volvo of Girolami comes through, doesn't he? And Katzberg and he block him out as they go down through turn 1.
And Huffy tries to muscle it out around the outside. You can see it's squirming under the brakes. Thinks he might hold the inside for down to 2, but the Volvos get in front of him and get alongside each other. And all they've got to do is go 2 by 2 through here. But Katzberg just, he hasn't got to win the race into the corner. He's got the corner. Maybe he was worried that Girolami was going to get the inside for 3 if he could go around the outside. Oh no, well, okay.
Huffy thumped.
That's a different story.
Yeah, Huffy thumped him quite
hard. He didn't jump, he was pushed.
Yep.
That's it, yeah. Right. Okay, right.
Right, now what's going to happen about this?
That's quite a different dynamic, isn't it?
Huffy got a black and white flag, didn't he, for contact in race 1.
It was an innocent, so, right.
Oh, look at this Polestar, just cannot believe it.
Katzberg wasn't as guilty as we'd first thought there. The problem is the cars are on such a limit, and if Katzberg had braked a little bit earlier, then that would have caught Huffy out if he's not his normal braking zone, caused a little contact, which is minuscule. I mean, Katzberg only went a car width further out, but that obviously caused the contact with his teammate. So again, it's another difficult one for the stewards to sort out, but I hope it doesn't compromise Rob, because he's on, if he can keep it together, on for a strong result.
Yep, so we've got this extra lap to run now.
Yeah, we just got a notification, cars 12 and 63 under investigation.
Yep. Oh dear.
So Huffy's being involved in that.
But let's ask the question again, Matt, are they going to have all going to have the fuel to do 16 laps?
Well, we had a couple of cars run out of fuel. They run it marginal, you know. Let's just have a quick look at Girolami. It's all clean. Katzberg's close, kissing. All right. Now Girolami's going to try and go all the way around the outside of 2 coming down here, which is 180 degree almost. Oh, it's so light. That touch, you can't believe that's made the difference. Guerreri makes an awful start. It's got a good view. Girolami comes up, and Michelitz gets him. And Chilton. He's still under yellow flag. Yeah, it's a pointed debate, that one is. Very difficult, because it was, I mean, the Volvo, it should take that sort of contact in Touring Car. You know, we saw the contact in the ETCC earlier on. The car should take that sort of, I say, punishment. But it was light contact.
And again, as you said, Nicky Katzberg had to brake, and that just caught Rob on the hop. So the Volvo leads here at
Safety
the moment.
car lights are out,
Yep.
Mark, so that means he's in this race. It's up for Bernani to back the pack up, try and pick his point. He can now go from whenever he wants, but he obviously doesn't want to catch. He can't decelerate, he can only accelerate. He obviously doesn't want to catch the safety car up, so he's got to pick his moment.
Yeah,
Rob's will to try and make it. Huffy seems to anticipate it. Whether these two can drop the Volvo.
Rob's giving him a hurry up, isn't he? Come on, come on. Anyway, of course, there might be in similar cars, but they are different teams, remember?
Oh, there's no love lost here. They want to. There's no sharing data, no sharing setups, so they are out for their own outfits.
Right, so we're off again. Still got 14 laps to run here. At the Hungaroring, Bernani, Huff, Katzberg, Chilton.
Drive through car 12? No way.
Right. Well.
Yeah, so Huffy's been given a drive through for getting into the back of Katzberg.
That's ruined his race, which puts Katzberg and Chilton onto the podium behind Bernani.
That is. I can't say I agree with that, if I'm honest. You'd probably have to say that Rob was the catalyst of the incident, but crikey, it was minimal.
But there was no penalty in the first race, was there, when that incident involving Chilton, Bjorg and Michelet took place? Anyway, let's get on with the racing. Rob is going to have to take that on the chin. Yeah.
I wonder whether he can leave it so many laps. I think, can you leave it 2 or 3 laps before you take your drive through, and then if he could make some space, he might not lose so many places.
Well, takes the lead.
Oh,
wow.
Now, has Bernani been told and Huffy not been told? Or is Huffy trying to make a point? Right, we've just got a radio transmission that Huffy's told, but he doesn't really care. So whether he's just gritting his teeth and getting on with it to prove a point.
Well, this is bragging rights, isn't it? Leading, even if you're going to have to give that lead back eventually by going through the pits.
Right, he can race. He can race to the pit lane, so... Obviously, Bernani didn't want to fight too hard for it because these guys, have made the point. He's just made a point, peeling in.
So the important thing is, where is he going to rejoin?
Now, don't get done for speeding in the pit lane, Rob. That seems ultra slow. They'll be doing just over 150 miles an hour down here. So that's 240 kilometers to our European friends.
He has to come down the pit lane at what, 80 kilometers?
Yeah, if that. So 64k probably. So he'll have some work to do when he gets out. what he doesn't want to do is set too fast. He needs to get his head down and pin his ears back. But if he sets too fast a lap time, then he's going to get pinged for it in the next few meetings.
Yep.
You know, with weight penalties and stuff. So it's a real rough one for Rob, that is.
So it's still Banani, Katzberg, Chilton, Mihalit, Montero, Guerreri, Bjork, Erlache, Coronel and Mishigami, our top 10 at the moment, the point scorers. Tommy Coronel then just inside the top 10. Well, let's hear from Banani.
Bien géré, Mehdi, bien géré. Pousse pour prendre un petit gap sur Katzberg, on est plus vite que la Volvo.
Yeah, so Banani, they're just saying...
He's just getting advised that he's got race speed on the Volvos, he's got a weight advantage, but he has got race speed. So as long as he keeps his cool, keeps his lines, then oh! What's he doing? He's running wide.
Well, luckily saved it, didn't he? But Katzberg all over him like a rash now.
Whoa. That's exactly the opposite as his team have just been telling them.
Yeah, Polestar, very happy about that.
At least with that decision, it should help. Yeah. Well, let's have a quick look at it from... he's just run wide, missed his apex.
Yep. Right off the track.
Crikey, if Katzberg had been closer, he could have tried to capitalise on that.
Perhaps he should keep quiet on the radio. Just been told, plus vite, you're plus vite, you're quicker than the Volvo, but here we go, nice fight here. This is Panis in the 8th place car with Gleason giving a hard time, trying to go around the outside.
Will he be able to hold the outside line? Panis squeezing him on the curb, he'll lose a bit of traction on there, but will he? Looks like he's gonna get the inside for 2. That's it, nice, good. Oh, just losing the rear end as he's going in. Can Panis hold him out? So is it? Panis has just got a bit wide on. No.
Yep,
Yeah,
he's
good.
got it. And
Good move from Gleason.
and look who's right behind them. That's Felipe going through as well. So Felipe, who had started from the pit lane, now up into 12th place. Monsters, Panis. So Panis loses 2 places in 2 corners.
Panis has got the new Honda engine, so he's been having a tough time of it. It's just whether reliability or just bad luck, it's not really been going his way at the moment. Fastest front sector of the race overall for Rob Huff, back in 15th place.
Yep.
So you can tell he's pretty cheesed off.
J'ai un problème avec les freins. La pédale est trop longue. J'ai un gros problème avec les freins. Ok Mehdi, prends le gras, freine plus tôt, on est plus vite. On est suffisamment vite pour se le permettre.
Right, that's interesting. Banani's got a problem with his brakes. He's running out of brakes, and he reckons he's going to struggle to stay in front of Katzberg's Volvo. So this is going to be interesting to see how he can pace this. He's really got to be... He's having to brake earlier than he normally would. Katzberg will be able to focus on that, especially into these heavy braking areas, which we can see into 1 now. Fastest second sector of the race for Rob Huff. So he's really got his head down.
Well, of course, if Banani does have these brake problems and starts to lose a lot of time, if Norbert could be on the podium.
Well, if he's... I mean, sorry, Banani's just got to keep his head. He's got the weight advantage on the Volvo. If he can watch his braking into the corners, he can use the power and the traction of the Citroen out and the weight advantage, keep it tight around on the technical section. He can still come away with this win, even as a walking wounded.
Norbert Mihalit then closing in all the time on the back of Tom Chilton there. And right behind him, Guerreri as well, so it's Honda 5-6 at the moment, but that should 4-5. But that should improve.
Rob Huff has blasted the fastest lap of the race out the water with, and he's soon caught up on those tail enders, hasn't he?
Yeah. Flashing his eyelashes at them. So Huff is still down in 15th place, but he has to set the fastest lap of the race, something you warned him not to do.
Yeah, by quite a country mile as well. So there, by the grace of God, go I.
Yep. 11 laps still to go. Is he going to be able to make up that time?
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how it unfolds with with Katzberg. He's only 0.7 of a second behind Bernani. Bernani will adapt. He will figure out how the car's working. Initially, when the car starts going, not working as it should do, it's a panic, and that's why he'll be explaining to his team of what it's all about. But once you settle down, is that Panis running into braking problems as well? It is hot round here now. It's going to be hard on tyres and on brakes.
So Bernani, Katzberg, Chilton and Mihilit. Montero in 5th, Guerreri in 6th. But how long can Bernani stay out there? We've heard twice now reporting brake problems.
Yeah, it's a strong showing for the Hondas in 4th and 5th for Michelitz and Montero in the manufacturer standings. So if they can finish in that order, it'll be a good, strong weekend. They could leapfrog Volvo in that respect.
Gleeson then, he's got Felipe all over the back at the moment. Kevin having a good race though, running in a solid 11th at the moment.
The RC Motorsport larder, you can see it really moving around underneath Kevin Gleeson. He's having to work very hard, as the drivers did last year. You know, they can wring a time out of it, but they have to work hard in there.
Yeah, that Citroen of Felipe much quicker at the moment on the track, isn't he?
Yeah, as the Citroens are at the front, you know, they just seem to be able to place the car where they want to. You know, it's lighter in retrospect to the other cars than it was last year, where because of you had Lopez and Muller always banging in the hard results and the fast laps. Then by virtue of they're in the mark, they all had to carry the maximum 80 kilos.
10 laps still to go. Bernani, Katzberg, Chilton, Mihilit and Montero are top 5. Rob Huff having had to serve that drive-through penalty, which totally spoiled his race here, and interesting what he's got to say about that after the race.
Mehdi Bernani hanging on. Timing screen saying he's 9/10 away at the moment, in front of Katzberg at the moment, but it certainly doesn't look that as they came past the commentary box. Katzberg still shadowing him.
But Tom Chilton has opened a bit of gap now, hasn't he, on Norby?
Yeah, I think that's Chilton actually, when he's dropping Norby, but he seems to be moving up to Katzberg.
Yeah. Obviously got a good car under him, 60 kilos against the 80 kilos the Volvo's carrying.
This is actually not a bad... Okay, Michelitz has had a rotten weekend so far. It's not a bad weekend for Honda, because Honda aren't pumping in the super quick lap times, which in future meetings will come to benefit them. They want to get the best job they can do with the slowest lap time possible. So in that respect, they're getting results and getting points over Volvo, etc., and the other drivers, but they're banking time for race meetings, you know, when we're going to Nürburgring, Villarreal, you know, the ones we've got coming up.
Yeah, Bernani's just put in his best lap of 51.0. Only person who's been quicker than him is Rob Huff.
Yeah, status quo. I was hoping a bit better, more things from Esteban Guerreri back there in 6th behind the two Hondas at the moment. Oh, Gleeson was he pushed out? And Huffy's on his case as well now, so Huffy's not going to want to mess around here. He's just want to get on with the job.
Yeah, this is the 12th place, well, it's 11th place with Gleeson on there, but...
I wouldn't have thought Gleeson, yeah, Gleeson's just let him go. He's just saying, get on with it, let's follow you through, which is a really mature thing.
You might notice we've lost the sun now, so it's not behind the clouds for a moment.
A bit of welcome relief for the drivers. It's a bit of a flash of the lights. Is John Philippi? John Philippi doesn't want to play Huffy's game. Rival Citroen camps, Lincoln and Sebastian Loeb Racing, so there's not too much love lost there, I don't think.
Well, if Rob can get past Felipe and then Michigami, he's into the top 10.
Just looking, and Bernani's eked out another 10th or 2 on Katzberg, so he's driving around his problems well, the Moroccan.
Yeah, he's kept quiet, hasn't he, since that first
Yeah.
radio show.
What they probably didn't play is the engineer radioing back saying, "Just shut up and get on with it,"
So,
which is the normal thing you'll get back from. We can't do anything about it, so just shut up and sort yourself out.
so Huff getting ready now to pounce on Felipe, who of course started from the pit lane. Huff himself a pit lane visitor.
I'll tell you what, I think they've been pretty rough with Huff this weekend. You know, that black and white flag for just a few track limits there for touching the back in race 1 was a bit mean. And then obviously the Katzberg incident, yes, he was the catalyst, but man, it was minimal.
Yeah, probably.
And the Volvo shouldn't have broken with what happened. It was obviously something touched tyre to tyre or something happened, but it was minimal contact.
Probably no more than happened with Tom Chilton and Ted Bjork in race 1 as well.
Probably less,
Yeah,
in fact.
Chilton wasn't penalised for that. So
Yeah.
didn't even know about it.
Well, I bet Huff wouldn't have thought a thing. Yeah, Huff's going.
Here
Go
he
on,
comes
chap.
in. Can he take the place from Felipe? No, not yet.
Well, now Felipe's going to get held up by Michigami by the looks, because these Citroens do have a slightly faster pace than.
Yeah, running 20 kilos lighter. Down the hill then. The Japanese driver doing all he can to fend off Felipe.
Yeah, something's going to kick off here sooner or later. He's got to seize the advantage, see if he can get 2 for the price of 1.
So 7 laps still to go. It's Banani, Katzberg, Chilton, and local hero Norby Mihilit.
I don't think Michigami's want to go roll over. He wants to get some good results himself. Back end of the top 10,
Yep.
back end of the points. Some World Championship points coming if he can hang on in here.
Well, the problem is he is holding up the Citroens, isn't he? Rob is getting very, very frustrated now.
Because all this time he's up the tailpipe of Philippi. It's going to be eating into his tyres. The aero can't work properly. The engine will be getting hotter now, so Rob will be getting hotter. Using every bit of the track and some.
He knows he's going to be so careful, hasn't he? Another touch and he's going to be penalised again.
He could be in the steward's office for a long time tonight. Is he looking at the inside? Has he got him? Jean-Philippe just manages to keep it. The problem is he needs Philippi to make a move on Michigami, and Philippi isn't doing it.
Michigami's doing a great job. You know, he's holding his position
Right,
still.
Rob's got a great,
not blocking.
great exit from there.
Yep.
Good slipstream down. Get the engine wound up down the start-finish straight.
Here he comes.
This has got to be it.
Yeah.
This has got to.
Dives down the inside
Yeah.
into the braking zone.
He's bucking and weaving. Yeah, he's got the job done. As we can see, Philippi had a shot and he's holding the outside. No, and he's got the inside for 2, so that's Philippi's fighting back.
Yeah, but it's not going to do it. And now, of course, Rob is going to try and deal with Michigami, something Felipe couldn't do.
Yeah, they do seem to have the pace over Michigami, so it shouldn't be too hard for him. Coronel is then 2.5 seconds up the road in his Chevy Cruze, so he's got a bit of work to do before he can get to him, but he's got a way to go there. Oh yeah, straight down the inside of Michigami. Yeah. The Honda driver's got to be careful that he doesn't get done straight away by Philippi.
Meanwhile, Banani continues to lead. Had a win this year yet, of course. Did have 2 wins last year for Loeb Citroën.
Rob Huff now's got some clear air. He needs to get his head down, see if he can make some inroads, catch up on some valuable points.
Yep. But he's got 1 at the moment in 10th place, so Tommy Coronel will be the next.
We just saw Coronel go out a shot in his DHL Chevy Cruze.
But we're running out of time, aren't we? 5 laps still to go.
Katzberg's eaten into Banani's lead again, under a second behind him. They both seem to have dropped Chilton by a few car lengths on that one, so.
Yeah. But look how much Huff has opened up on Michigami in just 1 lap. Shows how much he was holding him up.
Wow.
Filippi as well.
Shame for Rob Huff with the results it's promised.
Yeah.
In fact, his fastest lap is almost, it is actually slower. No, that was the last lap, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fastest
I'm
lap.
looking at the wrong one.
He's the only one who's done a 50 so far, which, as you say, could count against
So
him.
it's half a second clear of
Yep.
you know, Katzberg and co.
Well, but as we say, rules is rules, and drivers are briefed, aren't they, about contact.
Jean-Philippe breathing down Michigami's neck. Hope he hasn't had too much garlic the night before. He'll be getting a good taste of that.
Well, again, is that going to be a drive-through penalty? Because it was no worse than what Huff did. The only problem is for Huff, it ended in the loss of a car, didn't it?
Yeah, but that's consistency, Mark.
Yep.
I mean, you're on about them being consistent.
Yep. So I'm new to this game, Matt.
Yeah.
So,
it's a difficult one for them to call, you know. And unfortunately, with Girolami, he was put out the race for a very minor contact, and it shouldn't have put him out. But at the end of the day, there was a driver compromise for it. Well, we've got Kevin Gleeson coming back into the mix as well. This is going to be another 3-car train.
yeah, suddenly woke
And
up.
Gleeson see an opportunity.
Doesn't like being 13th. So,
Well, Gleeson is obviously lighter as well. He's got to run. He's got the run. Well, Philippi's cleared Michigami, so is Gleeson going to be able to do it as well? Yeah, looks like the weight
nice
works.
That's
Go on.
That's for 11th place.
Yeah.
He can hold it. He's climbing all over the curbs, but he forces Michigami wide.
Yeah, good clean move. Now can Gleeson go with Jean-Philippe?
Remember, Philippi's already passed him once, so obviously the car, as you say, is coming back to him. It's nice and light, the Lada.
Just a quick update on the front. Mehdi Banani's just managed to eke out to 1.2 seconds, so he's sort of fought off Katzberg's attack and managed to give himself a little bit of air to breathe in response. So that might break Katzberg's momentum there. Honda's still status quo, 4 and 5 behind Chilton and in front of Esteban Guerreri in the Chevy Cruze in 6th. Ted Bjorg in 7th, having a solid race. But, just steady away really in front of Yann Lachey. So there we see Esteban Guerreri, Ted Bjorg hunting for another place and some valuable points. Volvo working well on the brakes, considering Bjorg will be running 80 kilos heavier than the Chevy Cruze of Guerreri. Katzberg looks closer than it is on the stopwatch. He looks as though that looks minimal. Banani now, whether he is counting down the laps too quickly, it's keeping him honest. Getting into the technical section, this is where the Citroën should be strong with a slight weight advantage. Katzberg was unbelievably committed through there in qualifying. Of all 3 Volvos, he was absolutely spectacular, and as he proved himself to be the quickest Volvo driver in qualifying in this weekend. But yeah, and using a few of the track limits. Chilton's not out of it either.
Yeah, but Banani really does seem to be in control, doesn't he? Just running a nice pace. And,
Okay, so I think you need to go off in turn 11 for the last 5 laps. Okay, copy that, copy that. Hopefully the referees will do something about it soon.
Yeah, I didn't catch that.
Yeah. Right, so
yes, track
engineer,
limits.
engineer telling we'll try and do something about that.
Yeah,
It's
I
probably a bit late, isn't it? So 2 laps to go.
Yeah, I think
And of course,
Ted is not happy with the
Ted not doing it himself.
amount of track Guerreri's using, but I think they're all sort of pushing the boundaries of where the edge of the track is.
Yep.
So, as we all do.
Well, yeah, something about the...
Ooh. Gap for the leads, come right down now. Just over half a second. Lap and a half to go.
Yep.
Can Katzberg smell a win? It'll be his first win for the Volvo outfit.
0.7 of a second, and that coming down even further. Bernani then, as we heard, great problems earlier on, but he's been very quiet about that since.
Well, if Katzberg can get with him and get with him into turn 1, he could put him under pressure into turn 1, force a mistake.
Well, this was earlier with Gleeson that we saw when he rode the curbs to take Michigami, and that was for 12th place. He then set off after Filippi, but he hasn't been able to catch him.
Katzberg's probably going to have one real big bite of this, and that would be down to turn 1 on the last lap.
A monster lunge.
Bernani's keeping it tight, keeping it clean.
Driven a faultless race, hasn't he? Been absolutely perfect lines.
Bernani's going to be, Daniel Nage. Looks like another one of the wounded. Bernani's going to be praying for this lap to be over. Katzberg's going to be wanting it to carry on for another 5 laps.
Well, of course, it's 2 laps more than Bernani bargained for because of the safety car. They put 2 onto the total, so this is lap 17 of 17 now.
Bernani's got himself enough space in front. Hold the Volvo driver off.
That was probably Katzberg's only chance, wasn't it?
Well, he could have a go. The Volvo looks as though it's been coming stronger in the technical section over the far end of the circuit. So if he can get with him, there's 2 big braking areas into 13 and 14. If he can line himself up, he's got to think of the back end of the lap. And he needs a slight mistake off Bernani, slight error on the brakes, and he could run wide and allow him to get his nose in. Katzberg's always super spectacular.
Clean through 4 into 5, and the chicane.
To be fair to Bernani, he's not putting a foot wrong at the moment.
Only got half a lap to do now.
It'll be a short ride home to Morocco if he can get this one over the line in front.
If Bernani can pull it off, it'll be his 3rd career win in the series. 2 wins last year for Sebastian Loeb.
Yeah, they'd had all those flags packed away from Marrakesh. They haven't been out since. They've obviously gone in the back of the truck digging them out. Still all pressed and folded. They're both clean through there on the track limits, as is Chilton behind them. Come on, Nicky, we're expecting some sparks from you. No, I think Bernani's got it covered. Doos.
So Citroën are going to take it. Wow, this is as close as Nicky's been, but it's too late, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Close but no cigar for Katzberg. Big win, Mehdi Bernani, feature race.
Yes! Perfect! Everything perfect! Thanks all the team. Thanks all the guys. Thanks, Johan.
Everything perfect bar the brakes he was complaining from the second lap.
Allowed to have his win. Sure, there'll be a couscous party down at the